Megastar Magazine TV.
Hello and welcome to Megastar Magazine TV. My name is Monique Aigbe. In the news, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has announced that Nigeria will co-host Investopia with the United Arab Emirates in Lagos in February as part of efforts to attract global investors and accelerate sustainable investment inflows. The Nigerian leader made this known while speaking at the 2026 Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. Special Advisor on Information and Strategy to the President, Bayo Onanuga, said Nigeria also concluded a comprehensive economic partnership agreement with the UAE to deepen trade and cooperation in renewable energy, infrastructure, logistics, and digital trade. Onanuga stated that the agreement was signed on the sidelines of the summit and in the presence of President Tinubu and the UAE President, Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. The Federal Government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities unveiled a new agreement aimed at ending recurring industrial actions and prolonged university closures. The deal follows years of negotiations over the 2009 FGN ASUU agreement and is expected to improve lecturers' welfare and funding for federal universities. Speaking at the unveiling of the agreement in Abuja, the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, said the deal marked a renewed commitment by the administration of President Bola Tinubu to uninterrupted academic calendars and improved welfare for university lecturers. The federal government has conferred national honors on fallen soldier Brigadier General Musa Uba and other military personnel in recognition of their service to the nation. These honors were awarded during activities marking the Armed Forces Remembrance Day in Abuja. The government said the gesture was to acknowledge the sacrifices of officers and men of the Nigerian Armed Forces who paid the supreme price in the defense of the country. The Nigerian Naira started the day with slight fluctuations against the United States dollars across both the official Nigerian foreign exchange market and the informal parallel market. As the first month of 2026 progresses, market participants are closely monitoring liquidity levels and the impact of central bank interventions on the local currency. In the early hours of Thursday, January 15th, data from the Nigerian foreign exchange market indicated that the Naira opened at approximately 1,422 Naira 25 kobo per dollar. The US has delivered critical military supplies to Nigerian forces in a move aimed at strengthening bilateral defense cooperation, the US Africa Command, AFCON, said on Tuesday. The delivery to Washington's Nigeria partners in the capital Abuja support Nigeria's ongoing operations and emphasizes our shared security partnership. Nigeria's security crisis has recently drawn international attention and tension as the US alleged that violence in the country amounts to persecution of Christian communities, with some officials and commentators labeling parts of the conflict as a form of religiously targeted violence and warning of action if the situation does not improve. Uganda authorities cut internet access and limited mobile services across the country before an election in which President Yoweri Museveni will stand for a contentious 7th term after 4 decades in power. The Uganda Communications Commission ordered mobile service providers to shut down public internet connections in order to curb misinformation, disinformation, electoral fraud, and related risks, according to a letter seen by Reuters. Security forces have detained hundreds of opposition supporters in the run-up to the election and repeatedly fired live bullets and tear gas at campaign events in support of Museveni's leading challenger, pop star Bobi Wine. Nigeria Super Eagles failed to secure a place in the final of the 2025 AFCON Cup of Nations after losing 4-2 on penalties to Morocco following a goalless draw in regulation and extra time. Following the semi-final defeat, Nigerian fans expressed dissatisfaction with the performance of referee Daniel Nilaye, citing concerns over officiating decisions during the match. The complaint centered on perceived inconsistencies and missed calls. Morocco will now face Senegal in the final of the tournament, while Nigeria Super Eagles will face Egypt in the third place of the tournament. Chelsea manager Liam Rossinier says he is accountable for Robert Sanchez's mistakes as he defended his goalkeeper following the 3-2 Carabao Cup semi-final first leg loss by Arsenal. The Spain international 28 was arguably at fault for Arsenal's first 2 goals at Stamford Bridge, which Rossinier, revealing his squad, had also been hit by injury and illness. Arsenal will face their rival Manchester City in the Carabao Cup final before the end of the season. MultiChoice Nigeria has announced the appointment of Kemi Omotosho as its new Chief Executive Officer following the retirement of John Ube. The company, in a statement on Monday, said Omotosho's appointment will take effect from January 2026. Ube is stepping down after nearly 15 years in charge of the pay TV company, during which he led the business through major industry and market changes. The family of popular Nigerian gospel singer and evangelist Olubunmi Akinanu Adeoye, popularly known as Omije Ojumi, has confirmed her death. The announcement was made through a statement released by a colleague in the gospel music industry, Alayo Melody, and signed by a family representative. News of her death has sent shockwaves through the Nigerian gospel music community, where Omije Ojumi was widely known for her passionate worship style and deep spiritual songs. That has been the news. For more information, follow our social media platforms showing on your screen.